Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have your weekly preview for the week of December 4th, 2023. The Eagle has landed. New epic troop, Cattle. Get this troop with glory from the rewards tab of the shop. We got Guild Wars this week. Don't forget about that. Set your defense, do your sentinels. Good luck. Journey event. Help your guild travel to a new kingdom. Build a team from a troop type Strix and invade every day. I have a video on that. Pretty good teams on there. Go check it out. It's like 6 minutes long, like 4 teams. Let's go. Would really appreciate it. Also have a shiny key opening of 100 shiny keys. I don't think anybody's ever done that before. I got Egress to shiny level 3. Now, I would recommend y'all wait until you get your journey rewards to do that. Shout out to Beg for Mercy who mentioned that to me in the comments. I had to do it as soon as possible to get the video out there. But for most of y'all, I would wait, especially if you get the journey extra rewards. If you're in a guild where you're never getting the extra rewards, you can go ahead and do it if you want to, but I think most people should wait until they get their Egress tokens from the journey extra rewards. Just forgot to say that in the video, and now, new mythic troop Capricorn. It's like a C- tier mythic. It's a defensive mythic. If you get it super early in the game, it's okay. But later on, you're probably going to want to save your keys. Most people. I would say 75% of people thinking about throwing their keys should wait unless you've been getting every single new mythic for the past like 5 in a row. Plus. Midnight Countdown. 13 more days until the new kingdom. You also should get that new mythic there. If you paid for the campaign pass, you will get it next week. If you paid for the extra pass, you'll get it right now. Or pretty soon, anyway. Week of Strix, all Strix gain 10% to their skills. Week of Mystics, all Mystics gain 10% to their skills. And bonus glory, use Hikato in PvP to gain 5 glory. Alright, let's go check out that SOULFORGE. I don't know what's in there. All I've done is Journey and Shiny keys so far today. Gotta get that tribute, though. It's very important. Alright, SOULFORGE, put them in order for you. Some people out there like this, and I like doing it. So, I know the weekly preview doesn't get the most views ever, but I like doing it, so I keep doing it. Just SOULFORGE, event key drop table, trait stone, glory shop, what else is going on this week, campaign, all that good stuff. We do the epic trials in a different video. We do the Underspire when we do the faction teams tomorrow. That's what I've been doing anyway. Alright, we got Famine, we got Stonehammer. Speak of good defensive mythics, he is better than the other guy, Capricorn. Skady and King Bloodwood. I would say King Bloodwood's probably the best one. Out of Famine, Stonehammer, and Skady, and King Bloodwood. I guess he wins, but he's not anything special, and you should pass on all the mythics this week. If he's the best one here, then you should pass. 23 green, yellow, brown, Forest of Thorns, Elemental Fey. Deal heavy splash damage to an enemy, boosted by entangled and bleeding enemies. Steal 10 life from all enemies. Entangle and inflict bleed on a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems, and reduce damage from skulls by 33%. A solid mythic, but he's one you'll never... You're never going to use him. He's like a C+ tier mythic. So better than Capricorn, better than Stonehammer, but not one you would craft. Not until way later in the game when you're just collecting them all. Next, I'm going to give it to Stonehammer, I guess. 22 blue, yellow, brown, KZL Divine Dwarf. Stun and burn all enemies. Create a mix of 22 red and brown gems. Gain life. Look at that Unbreakable. That's a tank right there. Reduce damage from skulls by 80%. If something hits you for 100 damage, it's only going to hit you for 20. Fortitude as well. Immune to stun, poison, disease, death mark, lycanthropy, and devour. Not my type of thing. It's probably a C tier. And, you know, the cool thing about it is they create a mix of 22 red and brown gems. If you can then do something with that, he uses brown. He could potentially loop. He stuns and burns all enemies. He gains life. I feel like it's slightly better than Capricorn, the new mythic. Next would be most likely Famine, I guess. I'm not a big Skady fan. Famine is 24 green, yellow, brown, Apocalypse, Daemon, Mystic, drain mana from all enemies. Deal damage to an enemy, boosted by mana drained. Shout out to Famine. It used to be one of the best mythics in the game way back in the day when we had like 25 mythics, but it's the best Apocalypse mythic. But if you want to get Skady just because it's tied to a kingdom, I don't blame you. 20 blue, yellow, purple, Glacial Peaks, Divine Fey. Freeze and mana burn the first 2 enemies. Knock them to last position. Summon Queen Mab. Create an Ice Storm at the start of every turn. I say this every time. She was like the first Ice Storm at the start of every turn. But nowadays, there's other ways to do that, I'm pretty sure. Alright, the legendaries are better. We got Wrath. Got Wrath, Summer Imp, Leviathan, and Toozy. Wrath is a top 10 legendary, but does that mean you should craft it? I don't think so. I think you should craft like Tesla. What's some other legendaries that you would craft? Definitely Tesla. And I can't think of any more. But Wrath might be up there, but he's like a top 10. I don't know if he's a top 5. He is with the Skull Waterfall team, though. So if you're trying to build that, I think you had a chance recently to get him other ways. But, yeah, 18 yellow, brown, Cinemirage, Daemon, transform blue gems to brown and yellow to skulls, enrage all allies and burn all enemies. Explodes 2 random gems when I deal skull damage, and reflects 25% of skull damage. Pretty fun mythic, or legendary. And for a legendary, it's like a A- tier legendary. It's pretty good. But you need to, I would wait and craft stuff like Tesla as far as, maybe even Divine Ishbala. Trying to think of some good legendaries, but the ones I'm thinking of are in the underworld, so anyway. Wrath might be up there. He's pretty good. Alright, so we had Wrath. What else? Toozy's Poopy. Leviathan is Doo-Doo. And Summer Imp is Caca. They all stink. Summer Imp deals scatter damage, create 7 red gems. If an enemy dies, gain 8 magic. Leviathan, dispel all enemies and deal 40 damage to them, boosted by blue gems, knock the first enemy to last position, submerge myself in 4 or 5 gem match. And Toozy is give life to all allies and create 9 yellow gems, boosted by enchanted allies. She might be the second best if I had to. I'd say Wrath, then Toozy, then like the other 2 are pretty close. But they're all poo-poo caca doo-doo, except for Wrath. Wrath is good. If you're going to craft anything out of these troops, I would say do Wrath for that Skull Waterfall team, which is really fun, and I still use it to this day. We've got Feather Strike, but that is available in the Journey. We have a Poopy Doomed Plunger. We got Staff of Storm, second best weapon for Finesse. Finesse has just got even better because of Egress and Hikato. So... Hikato? Ikato? Ikato. I'll just say Ikato. How about that? But yeah, this is the second best weapon for Finesse team. And it's pretty good. You might want to get that. You want all these weapons. You want to have a wide arsenal of those type of weapons. Blade of Morning, Doo-Doo. Javelin of Suncrest is Caca. Plumed Staff. Deal damage to an enemy used by Suncrest allies. You might need that. It's another typing that you want to collect. Nimbus Bow is the best finesse weapon in the game. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by Strix allies. Then create a mix of blue and yellow for each Strix ally. The reason I say it's the best is because it can make a bunch of blue and yellow get an extra turn, which will trigger Finesse's third trait. The Staff of Storms does not do that. Light Sword. And that's it. So, I thought there was supposed to be a Doomed book. Or is that for, maybe that was for Switch. Yeah, I think that was for Switch. Never mind. So no Doomed book. But I would say Nimbus Bow is the best weapon, followed by Staff of Storms there. Alright, so that's the SOULFORGE. Wrath and Nimbus Bow would be my recommendations if you just have to craft something. Wrath and Nimbus Bow. I would get Nimbus Bow first because it's way cheaper. And then you have other ways to get Wrath. Like Nimbus Bow, you can't get it other ways. You're just going to get it only through the SOULFORGE. It's not going to be back for 37, 38, 39 weeks, whatever it is. Like almost 9 months or whatever. So it's more important to get the Nimbus Bow. Wrath you can get other ways through event keys, through glory keys, through gem keys. Not right now, though, because you could right now because it's a legendary. But, you know, there's other ways to get Wrath. I would say get Nimbus Bow first, and then make your decision on Wrath, which I would say you should probably pass. Most people should. Oh, we got Journey. I got that Journey video. Go check it out. I'd really appreciate it. Remember to hit that like. Remember to leave a comment. If you already watched it, you know, spin the block again and make sure you left that comment and hit that like. I'd appreciate that. Suncrest, Journey to Suncrest, Strix plus yellow, use these troops in battles. Event Captain is Egress, has ×2 magic, and the trait gives 2 times to 3 times scored. He hits so freaking hard with that 2 times magic that, You should probably use it most of the time. There's other things that are good early to just wipe stuff out real quick until you get to the later battles, and then you're mostly just going to be casting Egress and looping, because it hits so hard, it's not even... You can never get anything to the right range to cast something else. But, I don't know. Shout out to Queltzama, though. I missed that, and it's probably decent since it can loop, too. Yeah, to pick the highest miles... the rewards, this is what I was talking about earlier. I should have waited. I could have got a couple more shiny keys. I could have got 5 Egress shiny tokens. And I could have got 4 more shiny keys. So I could have had 6 more shiny keys and 5 Egress shiny tokens. But I was, you know, doing the video as soon as possible. Alright, I bought up to tier 4. You do whatever you want. But I bought up to tier 4 so I could get multiple Egresses and the weapon. I'm gonna stop telling people what to buy up to and stuff after that bounty debacle. This is what I'm doing. If you want to do what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. Alright, so the Glory Shop. That's not it. There it is. And we got Ecotl, which is really good. 12 red, yellow, Strix Mystic. My alarm's going off because I'm killing a gnome every 22 minutes on another game. I'm doing the daddest camp of all time. Ecotl, 12, red, yellow, Suncrest, Strix Mystic. Convert all blue gems to yellow, then conjure a Lightstorm. Start battles with full mana. Summon a Lightstorm at the start of battle. Now, if you're still using your hero, you probably don't care that it has a Lightstorm. I've heard that as a thing. It is a plus, but most people are still using their hero. So you're going to use Stormcaller. That has a Lightstorm anyway. So I recommend Harpy Mage for a lot of the stuff this week, because she can get up on second turn. She's swift. And you have an enchant, and she's up no matter what. She works every single battle no matter what. He will not have alignment every single battle, but it's still a really good troop, and going into the future it's going to be good. And it's nice that it has that Lightstorm. So definitely worth getting, definitely worth fully ascending and all that good stuff. We got an Arcane Storm Trait Stone. That is red and yellow. Let's go see what's up with that. Why do I keep going there? I just want to open chests today. I'm about the chests, the chesticles. All colors. Base rarity. Show all. Show all them chesticles. Alright, what do we got? Anything good? What do you guys think? We got anything good? We got burn all enemies. Ishtara has a 50% chance to bless a random ally when my turn begins. Pharaoh Nefertani has Pharaoh's Curse, Death Mark, a random enemy matching 4 or more gems. Jodnar even has a give a random ally a barrier on 4 or 5 gem match. Archdeva has Barrier and Bless, a random ally when matching 4 or more gems. You have to fully trait this guy to use him. Like, he's not worth using unless you have him fully traded. So that's one you definitely want to do. If it uses this stone, remember that there's 3 colors. You got to make sure. I'm just letting you know maybe on these mythics. These mythics may use this stone. Voice of Orpheus, cleanse all allies and matching yellow gems. And now we're down to the legendaries. They definitely use this trait stone, so make sure you fully trait everything I mention here. Davinia has that Dragon's Blessing. Used to be one of the best dragons in the game until they brought out the Dragon Egg dragons. Cause a random positive stats effect on a random ally on 4 or 5 gem matches. So every time if you loop and loop and loop somehow, you're going to get a bunch of positive stats effects. And it's random different ones, so it's cool. Garnock has a 50% start for Orcs. Keelan is an important troop, but I don't think it needs... It's got a Lightstorm. Maybe. I like Keelan. Keelan's also available with event keys, I think, unless that's... I don't know, I'm confused between that and a switch and us this week. Sorry. Wildfolk, 50% start. Gimlet, Empowered Converter. Green to brown. Harpy Mage, there it is. So if you don't have it fully traded, now's the time. I feel like it's best mana generator for a lot of events this week. It conjures a Dust Storm, but you can, like, you know, replace that with some other storm usually. But it starts battles with 75% mana, which is really awesome. Because when you have an enchant potion that does 2, you know, it's starting with what? How much mana? Like, whatever? 10? And then it gets 2 and then 2 and then bang, you're up. An Explode potion maybe helps it. Graveseer, Empowered Converter. My math is not very good these days. Sometimes I'm wrong. Who cares? Maybe 1 or 2 mana off. But it definitely gets up on second turn if it has an enchant potion. That's all I know. That's all that matters. Empowered Converter, yellow to purple. Scurvy Sea Dog, Empowered Converter, green to blue. Tricknala, Empowered Converter. Inflicts Hunter's Mark on the first enemy, then converts all green gems to skulls, and starts battles with full mana. Anything else that you should be aware of and fully trait with this stone you can get with glory in the freaking shop. It's not gold, it's not gems, it's not souls, it's glory that your kingdom is White Helm. You take your tribute every day, every hour. You do the vault event. You open vault keys. You have so much glory you don't know what to do with it, so you're leveling and you're fully trading all these. Especially the legendaries and under. But yeah, that's everything. So, yeah, I don't need to repeat myself. I usually do, but I'm not going to this time. Alright, we got Suncrest. Okay, Suncrest. Event key drop table. When I do the spoilers, I do. And I think Switch has Shintang. Maybe. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Suncrest. Let's go. Suncrest just got a little bit better, y'all. Just got a little bit better. We'll go base rarity. We'll go Suncrest. Someone mentioned in the Shiny Key video, I can just type Shiny and then search to find all my Shiny troops. And I didn't try that. Let's do Show All just in case. Alright, so Phoenicia, the advice before, like the advice on Sunday, because I didn't know how good, I don't know. I wasn't thinking about every possible team. Before like Monday, before today, Phoenicia was like the only good thing, in my opinion, for this kingdom. As far as like you're throwing event keys for Phoenicia, and she's not even a top 10. Like when I did the top 20 mythics, another video you could go watch, is pretty recent. I think I only did it like 2 or 3 months ago. It's still pretty good. But Phoenicia, I think, made the top 20, but she was more down in the 15 to 20 range. Maybe even 15-ish. So she's not a top 10. You would get a bunch of other mythics first, because you got Rowan, maybe you have Guard's Avatar, Magma Dragon, maybe you have a dragon from opening a dragon egg. Like, you don't really need her that bad, but she is really good until you get Diamantina. She was the hardest hitting AoE, second place right now, but was the best and had the world record. So, you know, shout out to her, but to throw all your event keys just to try for her, I don't know if I would do that, per se, unless you just really you've really been wanting her so bad. But Qualtama now, shout out to this, because it deals scatter damage, boosted by a chosen gem color, except yellow, then create 10 yellow gems and remove all gems of the chosen color. So you can loop with Egress, and you can remove a color that you don't use, and then, like, as long as you have a certain amount of yellow on the board, you could cast this, do scatter damage, hit all enemies, and it'll loop again, and then it's Egress, Qualtama. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. It might make things slightly faster. I'm not sure. Seems decent. It's a good one now. It definitely bumped up a few slots, I'm sure. Qualtama was not a top 20 mythic, in my opinion. I think I had it, like, on the list. Like, when I wrote down all the mythics that I thought were decent, it was, like, on there, but it was one of the first ones I crossed out. Didn't make the top 20, but now maybe potentially it's a top 30. Ruby Wrath, but you can't get it with event keys. You can't get any of the, got High Priestess Chaska. She's okay. She's okay. Pretty, you know, decent one. Can't get Harpy Mage, but we got this now. But you're getting that with Glory Keys. We got this now. Look at that. Level 3 shiny, baby. If you didn't watch my video, you got to watch it. I read all of this to you and everything. That's a awesome one right there. It's the new Journey Troop, the new Loopy Infinite Loop for Strix, for yellow. It's sick. It's sick. Swamp May is like a little bit underrated. But yeah. Sunbird used to be something we used way back in the day, but it's really top heavy, so I don't recommend it. I feel like you can do everything you need to do with Egress and Ecotl and like Finesse and, you know, maybe High Priestess Chaska or Queen Zachi or something. I don't feel like you need to have Qualtama or Phoenicia with everything else in the game that you probably have, like Ruby Wrath, for example. But, you know, she's the second best AoE in the entire game, and then this is really good with Egress and Ecotl or whatever, Harpy Mage, something like that. So, yeah, shout out to Qualtama. I'm still going to say there's better kingdoms I'm still gonna say that there's Ardana, there's Zalkari, there's Ardana, there's Zalkari, there's Zhejian, right? High King Irongut, is that where he's from? There's at least 3 that are better, I would say, for sure. And like event keys take so long to save them up that 3 kingdoms is enough. We don't need 5 kingdoms to save up for event keys with. Like if you haven't thrown them at Zalkari yet, if you don't have 2 or 3 Iron Hawks yet, if you don't have High King Irongut yet, you should not be going for Phoenicia and Queltzama. Alright, so that's that. Let's see what else is going on this week. Right now, we're doing the Journey event. Make sure you use Egress so you can get the extra points. It hits extra hard anyway. It's looping anyway. It's awesome anyway. And, you know, you got your campaign. You want to get that finished. You might get the new Mythic if you did the Super Duper Pass. Sounds pretty good. I forgot that it does not loop back into itself. But my idea was like, hey, it's going to put Hourglass Gems on the board. So as long as you have something else that uses yellow, like Harpy Mage, for example, or Wand of Stars, it should put enough mana on the board to then get that thing up. You cast that, it blows up Hourglass Gems. You get an extra turn. Hopefully by then it's back up again. You cast it again. You put them on the board. You blow them up again. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like it could still loop. And it could still do damage to all enemies. And it's still, you know, I feel like some people are trying to talk it down a little bit. And I was talking it up a little bit too much. And it's somewhere in the middle. People that, they don't want to pay Mythic to be good. Because they don't want to feel like they're getting something that other people don't have that is good. And then we can't get it. So they're trying to, like, downplay it a little bit. I feel a little bit. Like, downplaying it a little bit. I think it's still pretty good, but it's not as good as I thought. But it's not as bad. It's not, you know, it's better than other people are saying. It's somewhere in the middle. It should be pretty good, but we'll see. Let me know. I don't know. I'm not getting it for, like, 3 months. So put it in the comments. Have you been using the new Mythic? Is it good? Have you found a way to loop with it? I feel like with all those Hourglass Gems going on the board, with that conversion, there should be a way. As long as you have a yellow Exploder, it should be a way. And Wand of Stars is a perfect example. Harpy Mage is yellow. I feel like you could do it. But anyway, so campaign today, journey today, getting ready for the Guild Wars. Do your XP booster task because you're gonna have extra experience if you win in Guild Wars. You know, Adventure Board Dungeon. And that's about it for today. Epic Trials, I'm going to do a video on that later today. Underspire, if you can wait till tomorrow with all this stuff going on today, I'll have teams for you for that tomorrow with the faction, which is Stonesong Eerie. Wednesday, we have Mini Moa from Suncrest, I guess. And then Thursday, we have Stormcaller, which is notable for the Finesse team, probably now for Egress and Icatl and all that stuff, so maybe it got a slight bump too. It's not top 5 or anything. It never was. But it's definitely notable for being Finesse's class. And most people still use their hero. Heroes are so awesome. They're holding a troop in their hand as a weapon with a bunch of perks on it on top of a spell. Then you have a class that has traits and talents. Like 7 talents or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Then your hero has like tons of stats on top of that. So to not use your hero is pretty crazy, and usually only people that are way up there, VIP 20, you know, have everything in the game and don't need anything else, and they're just so rich and done with the game that they don't even use their hero anymore. So most of the time you're going to use that hero with Stormcaller. So anyway, Friday, what do we have? We have Arena, but you're still playing Guild Wars. You're probably still doing Journey. Arena this weekend, but you got Guild Wars. You're finishing up Journey. You're finishing up Underspire. You probably Epic Trials, whatever. So, yeah, Arena is a break, but they don't force you to play it. It's not a guild event. There's no gyms. There's no shop. So I feel like it's the lesser of 2 evils when it comes to Arena and Guild Wars. And the treasure hunt's totally worthless, not worth playing. So it's not the worst event in the game. It's just maybe bottom 3. But I love it, and I'll be doing it on the freaking live stream this weekend. You guys can maybe pick the teams. We'll see how it goes. If I'm in a great mood, I'll let y'all pick my teams and see if you can pick the worst teams. That way I have a challenge because I'm the king of the arena. All right, what else is going on? So we'll do the campaign. campaign. We obtained the second clock hand from a splintered golem in Zalkari. Now all that remained was to figure out where midnight would appear next. Tsarion surprised us then by casting a spell upon the clock hands. They span and then pointed southeast. Tsarion announced it would likely appear between here and Suncrest. Dark elves were generally unhelpful, so we sought a guide in Suncrest. Light crystals match yellow gems. That's going to be super easy. Glory Hound, you have to do PvP. You got Guild Wars, but you kind of want to get your campaign done before Guild Wars so you can have all the stats that you can have before you go into battle. Yellow Slayer, that should be pretty simple too. The only one that's difficult there is Glory Hound, because you got to do, what? That's got to be like at least 12 battles right there, probably up to 20 battles, and I would just get them done today so you can be... Or if you don't care about the stat, what is the stat anyway? It's attack. I don't know. You might want to grab it. 3 attack. Is that going to matter? I don't know. You guys decide for yourselves. But is that it? Is that everything? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so epic trial video coming in a couple hours. Underspire, I'm going to combine with the faction video tomorrow morning just to make it more appealing. Like the faction video, we've done factions a billion times, and then Underspire, I feel can wait till tomorrow with everything going on this week and today. And, you know, you'll be doing it all week. You're not going to do the whole thing today, so maybe you can look at my video tomorrow and get some ideas for some deeper teams or something. But I do really appreciate it. Remember, Best Teams of 2023 is out there if you want to watch it. Journey video, really short with like 4 teams. And then you got the Shiny Key, 100 keys I opened. And I got a level 3. It's pretty cool. You can see what maybe you could get. This is a decent week to be doing that. So, I don't know. Check them out. Let me know. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Get a bunch of comment below. And I'll see y'all next time for that Epic Trials video. Peace.